I got crazy thoughts that stay on my mind. I promise I'm fine. I'm doing alright.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel as always. I really appreciate it. Anyway, in the last episode, you guys saw that we pulled the quarter out, got the door on, got the old rocker out. We actually did it. We actually pulled a quarter panel, which I thought was about an inch in to about right here. And I had to just muster up the strength to pull this thing out with a 12,000 pound winch. In today's episode, we are going to get the new rocker, which is sitting right here, cut, trimmed into place, and then we're going to get it welded on here, and then hopefully fit the fenders on here and kind of start putting things together a little bit, because we're planning on trimming it to fit this right here. We're going to weld into this instead of taking this is the rocker, taking it off. We're going to weld into it, plug weld all this through here. We are just going to trim right on this line right here, not line, but really close to that, and just weld into the old rocker. Let's go ahead and get the grinder out, start cleaning some stuff up, and then we're going to take the rocker down here and start trimming it. So check this out, time lapse. Okay guys, so we managed to get everything ground down to where it should be. We still have to trim out a little bit here. We got this trimmed down to where I like it. What we're gonna do here is do a lap weld. We ended up grinding down all the old welds here, and we need to draw out these holes here, but everything down there is ground down. What we need to do now is start trimming the rocker to fit where it's going to. Probably drill these holes out and then end up plug welding onto this, and then probably tapping some holes into this, or just tacking in general. Haven't decided yet onto this bottom plan. We'll figure it out, but let's go ahead. We already marked on this thing. We're going to continue to mark a little bit more. So it is officially the next day, and if you cannot tell by the wind and everything, it is about to storm. It's supposed to be a mountain out there. Over here, it's in the afternoon sometime. We're about to get back to work on the Mustang. As you guys saw, we got the rocker trimmed up almost where it needs to be. We got to do a little bit tweaking. So guys, we have ran into our first problem with the rocker. Now I know working with reproduction parts, they're not always going to be perfect, but as you guys can see here, we have it trimmed up for the most part of where it needs to fit in place, but as you can see, there's a pretty big gap here because we can't go any farther back. The channel here is at a different degree bend than the factory rocker. As you can see here, it's not quite the same. There's too much of a lip hanging out here, and then back here, especially where this has been bent up from the accident, it's not even close to the same size as before. But everything else is fitting up pretty good. This seam is going to fit up. We need to trim a little bit more off that there. We're going to have to fill that. I cut off too much here. But everything else, we've trimmed this down. This is gonna be a nice body line. Everything's gonna tie in there. All nice. But one thing to know about all these reproduction parts is that they aren't perfect classic parts. That's why a lot of people like to use classic parts on these things. because little stuff like this, little imperfections in the metal, it's not perfect. We just have it viced in right now, but it's really starting to look pretty good. It looks like a rocker should look. We just gotta adjust a little bit. We're getting really close. We're really starting to look like a car, and this rocker's starting to look like a rocker for once, but keep on working, keep on manipulating a little bit, and little by little we're gonna get this thing. So guys, we have the rocker in place where I think it should go. It's meeting up with all the body lines right now. It looks good. We just have a vice grip in place. We're gonna put a couple tacks on it, probably 1 or 2 over here, and there's 1 or 2 over here. Just enough to keep it in place, and then we're gonna try and put the door on. Let's go ahead, put some tacks on this thing, and try to fit the door on here. Hopefully everything lines up. I'm really happy with it so far. It looks like the fitment's gonna be good, but so lot of manipulating, trying to get the door fit right, putting the bolts in, loosening them, moving them right, adjusting. We officially have the door on. Look at this. So the gap here is absolutely perfect, as you can see. No sag. The body line lines up very well. I'm very surprised about this. And then you get down here, the rocker fits in perfect, and there's a nice gap, and it's smooth all the way down. So we're looking really good. I think this, we may have to move the rocker out a little bit down there, but because I can't get the door to go in any. But we're looking really good, guys. I'm really excited. We're gonna go ahead and try and put the fenders on, so, or just the driver's side, and this thing's really gonna start looking like a car real quick. So let's do it. Oh, so guys, we have ran into another issue. I think we can get by it though, but let me show you. So we got the fender on here, and this body line is perfect. We just got 2 bolts holding off right now, but I'm really liking the look of it. I mean, it's really starting to look like a Carl's. Being reproduction fenders, we knew they were gonna have their issues, and we ran into one in the back. Let me show you guys. So we come back here, everything's looking good. Everything lines up here. We're going down, body lines are good. And we get to the bottom, and it's not, the angle of the fender is too sharp to go over the rocker. And what's weird is that, if you guys can see, but down there it's the right angle, so it's creased too far up here, but it's not allowing this to go down all the way. And it's not like the rocker's in the wrong spot, because it can't go up any, because if it went up it'd hit the door, and the door is already sitting in the channel. So the rocker's in the right spot. It's just these fenders, and the body lines are in the right place too. It's just these fenders right here are a little rolled. Besides that, we're looking really good. This gap here still looks good. We're just gonna have to play with it a little bit to get it to work right. But rocker looks good, door looks great, it looks phenomenal. We just gotta work with the fender a little bit, but we're starting to have a car, and it's really exciting. It really does look like a car. Like, the body line is straight. It's not bolted up right now, so the fender's off a little bit, but everything is looking very crisp. That means we get to start welding the rocker into place and put some permanent welds down. We're going to be plug welding this. We're going to be drilling holes on this side and plug welding it together, getting it in place, and then we're going to put some tacks here, and then we're going to make sure this is in the right spot. Instead of like we were going to and just weld to the rear quarter, I left a lip here, and we're just going to butt weld this together now. Bit by bit. You don't want to go too fast, you don't want to burn through. Just go tack, 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 let it cool, and then just keep going until the whole thing is done. And then underneath we're going to do the same thing with the plug welding. Just put a little seam holes in it, put a little hole in it, weld it, and it should be good. But we're gonna take our time with this. We don't want to warp the metal at all, so we have the welder turned way low, and we're gonna give it our best shot. But yeah, we gotta take the door off, take the fender off. Yeah, let's get to welding.
2,000 years later.
Well, the camera was not recording, but I feel like this episode is getting a little bit long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. I'll come back the next day, guys. The weld on this thing looked great. Everything's super solid. The spot welds turned out a lot better than I thought they would. Everything's looking really good. The weld here is looking really good too. We just gotta sand that down. Everything needs to be ground down. So next episode, we're gonna be grinding that down. We're gonna pull this dent out of the fender, and we're starting to start working the doors, getting those placed in, pulling the panels apart, and then getting everything starting to fit right. And then we're gonna start putting this car back together. So it should be super exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned. We got a lot of work to do. But anyway, talk to you guys next episode. Deuces.
I'm beating it up like I'm Dyson. She's sucking me clean like a Dyson. I'm going back to my old ways.